Hey, welcome back to the studio. It's Christmas time. So let me ask you this. Are you spending every day working a job that you just can't wait to leave, or dreaming every night of retirement as the time you'll finally be able to find your true purpose? Have you considered that the answer may be to go independent? Maybe. And this is how I've been for most of my 25-year career. But today I will share 3 lies that self-proclaimed business gurus tell that I ignored and what I found along the way. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, half of businesses fail within 5 years. I'm sure you've heard that before. And only 34% survive 10 years. So that's pretty stark. And I think in getting into starting something new, it's pretty intimidating to think about statistics like that and thinking, if you're building a business, the plan is to build something that is sustainable, that you can pass down to your children. So thinking in terms of the likelihood that it's going to last for 10 years, 34% survival rate on average, it's intimidating. So that's what draws people to online gurus and thinking that if I buy this book or I use this system, that'll kind of beat the odds and get ahead despite all of that. But these online gurus who claim to have the solution to this steep challenge are trying to lock you into some kind of subscription model life that's precisely what we're designing our life to escape. It's the multi-level marketing thing. It's the, it used to be Amway and now it's, this system or that system. It's a story as old as time, and it's not independence. It's just a different sort of dependence. So on TV in the 90s, it was late night ads with the guys in the Learjets and Rolls Royces selling a course. They're either lying about their success or they have achieved financial independence and they just can't stop hoarding. It's always about the system or buy my book or sign up for this or that. Nowadays, it's in short form video on TikTok or LinkedIn or whatever is next. Either way, if what you have in mind is a peaceful, sovereign life on your own terms, is that someone you want advising you? It didn't make sense for me. I didn't identify with these people or their materialistic values. It didn't work for me. So the 3 lies. The first one is you have to grind it out, right? I'm sure you've heard that before. But if your objective is to have a sustainable, balanced life, then live that way now. If you have to work nonstop nights and weekends to make it work, unless you're single in your early 20s without obligations, it's not worth it. And it probably isn't your calling anyway if it takes that much effort. Find something you can do steadily and calmly. Live off of however much that makes you and work from there. You'll feel much happier with far less stress, and you'll have a baseline as you get better, gain skills, and hone your operation. Most importantly, your work will be better, and whoever your customer is will be happier with the even-keeled value that they receive as a result. So it's about mindset. Do you want to have a grind mindset, and are you willing to carry that through? And what sacrifices will that entail? The second thing is that you need this mythical 3 to 6 month financial cushion. And that's really hard to come by, especially if you're raising a family. What I would say is have some faith. If you're feeling spiritually driven to do this, make a failure plan and reflect deeply on how that would go down, but do it. There's the technique called inversion, where you take a problem or a crisis situation and you flip it into an opportunity. If you have a failure plan you're excited about, where you're able to live on very little if and when needed, and things fall out where you experience a setback, engage the plan and leverage the change of scenery and circumstance to your advantage. Maybe this will involve a move to another location where your market will expand. Who knows? And you only would have come to that if you pulled the trigger on that emergency plan, right? So the third thing is they're telling you that you need to be on LinkedIn or wherever and post thrice weekly to become a thought leader, to build authority, right? And if you look, you see, I've tried that at times. It's just not my personality. It's a sales thing. And people can tell if it's forced. If you want to post wherever, go for it. But don't expect a business payoff. Do it in a way that's easy for you and in a way that's authentic and truly you. Your time will be better spent, aside from that, developing your craft, improving your operations, reading books, and networking with people. It makes so much more sense. You have to remember, social media wants your content because you're the product for them. They're going to tell you that you should be on there posting, right? But on the other hand, if you're out there offering value based on skills that you've acquired, focus on that and don't get lost in the periphery. So here's a bonus fourth thing. They're going to tell you, make as much money as possible. That's what you have to do. It's all about the money. People define success lots of different ways. You have to remember that. Do you even need a lot of money to live the way that you want? Maybe you don't. But even if you do, I've known some awfully miserable people with money. It's a trap, and you don't need to give in. Don't make it about the money. If that's the reason that you're thinking of going independent, I don't think it's worth it. Don't take the chance. If it's about a calling and it's a spiritual drive and a tug, then I think it's worth taking the risk, but it can't be for the money. In my view, the only worthwhile reason to aim for elite success is to make the most of your time on earth, to glorify the God who made you for a very specific purpose. You have to trust him with where that leads. Prepare to be surprised. Otherwise, no matter how much money is at the other end, it will never be enough and will never fill the void in your soul. So, was this helpful? What sort of life are you dreaming of building to break out of the cycle? Tell me how I can help, and I'll cover it in a future episode. Now, I wish you and yours a Merry Christmas, filled with wonderful celebrations and lots of friends and family. May God bless you, and take care.